We have the Denver Nuggets, who are the fourth seed versus the fifth seed, the Los Angeles Clippers. The Denver Nuggets season has been up and down. Obviously, we've seen the turmoil over the past couple of weeks with the details of the firing of Mike Malone and Calvin Booth, bringing that duo to an end. Obviously, they had two different directions of what the team should be doing. Mike Malone wanted a veteran way. Calvin Booth wanted the young way, and those guys both clashing, combined with the after All-Star game skid. Both those guys have gotten fired. So Mike Malone, Calvin Booth have been fired, no longer with the team. Looking at the Denver Nuggets overall, though, this team has been basically hampered with injuries, mainly Jamal Murray. Aaron Gordon missed quite a bit of time. Just various guys in and out. Nikola Jokic carrying this team on his back, obviously having an MVP caliber season, averaging 29 points, 12 boards, and 10 assists on the season, becoming, I believe, the fourth player in NBA history to average a triple-double in the season. His teammate Russell Westbrook has done it 4 times previously, and his play has been up and down, some positives, some bads at this stage of his career. The X factor in this series, though, is Jamal Murray, is the health of Jamal Murray. Looking at Jamal Murray and his current health situation of being up and down, right? And this was an issue going into last year's playoffs. He played in the Olympics for Team Canada, didn't look good, still signed the max extension, and followed up in the season, still being hampered by injuries and being out recently, returning a couple of weeks ago. This Denver Nuggets team is good because it has the best player in the world, Nikola Jokic, on it. Aaron Gordon has stepped up a little bit. Christian Braun has gotten the opportunity and has been positive in some areas. Overall, but this team is led by Nikola Jokic, and they need Jamal Murray healthy, because if he's not healthy, it's going to be a tough slope. Looking at the Los Angeles Clippers side of things, finishing 21-3 to end the season in the last 24 games. This team has been on a tear, one of the better teams in the league, especially on the defensive end. People have been praising Jeff Van Gundy over the past couple of weeks, giving his praise for being added at the beginning of the season, recently leaving the Celtics after their championship run, which I wish the Celtics would have kept him. Because we see what he's doing with the Clippers, especially on the defensive end. Ivan Zubac is being considered for Defensive Player of the Year. James Harden's putting a little bit more effort. Kawhi Leonard seems to be good. This team has it all. They have a nice toolbox of players that they can go to. Chris Dunn has been serviceable as a player for them. Norman Powell should be in the most improved conversation with his play this past year. James Harden and Ivan Zubac are considered for NBA All-Team third team this year. Both those guys have been playing well, even though Harden is not there with the efficiency. He's still having a high output, and for the majority of the season, been leading this Los Angeles Clippers team to a great record out west. When people thought they were going to miss the playoffs, especially with the departure of Paul George, the injuries to Kawhi Leonard, and he's been the driving force for this team for the past couple for this year, for the main stake of this year. For the Los Angeles Clippers, Ivan Zubac has been a revelation with this team. Obviously, he was known as a good rebounder, good inside presence, but this year he has turned it up on defense, not fouling, deterring people away from the rim. Also does a pretty good job on Nikola Jokic. I heard somewhere that he's holding Jokic this year to 45% when they play each other. Not many people do that. So to see that progression for even Ivan Zubac, to get that type of production out of him, to get all NBA consideration, to get Defensive Player of the Year consideration, kudos to him. He's working tremendously for the Los Angeles Clippers. But the mainstay for the Los Angeles Clippers is the health of Kawhi. Signed that 3-year, $150 million deal, and people are questioning it. People are still going to be questioning it just because of the injury history, but he has looked fantastic this year since returning, really playing since January, not always consistently and stuff like that, but it seems like he's ready for the playoffs. Averaging 27.7 boards and nearly 4 assists the past couple months, has been on a tear. Looks like he has that burst in his game on the offensive end to get to his spots and finish at the rim. He's been finishing at the rim as well. It seems to be picking up on the defensive end as well. So if you get those positive signs from the Clippers, I'm going to lean towards them in this series. I got the Clippers winning in 6. I just think it's too much for Joker to overcome. He's already had this crazy season. Inexperienced coach that just took over, even though he was on the bench. It's just a lot. And then the health of Jamal Murray's in question. They're going to have multiple guys to throw at him in this series. Derrick Jones Jr., Chris Dunn, Kawhi Leonard. They're going to try to wear him down. make Jokic score, make it really, really difficult. And that's why I'm leaning with the Los Angeles Clippers in 6 over the Denver Nuggets. Let's keep moving on here to the next series. We have